We welcome you all for today's webinar program. To begin our program, we'll start with a small prayer. We'll have 1 minute silent prayer, then we'll go for the session. Thank you. On behalf of our Tirthangal Nadar College and on behalf of our management, principal, and the School of Computer Science, we are happy to welcome our chief guest, Mr. S. KALIDAS, founder and director, IFANDFOR Endeavours, Chennai. And today's webinar session is on the topic cloud services, and Sir will be giving us a brief explanation on this topic. And we are happy to welcome each and every one of us who have joined in this program. So I'll hand over the session to our ma'am.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dr. P.T. Kasturi Bai introducing you the chief guest, Mr. S. KALIDAS. Mr. S. KALIDAS has obtained his BE graduation from Meenakshi Engineering College. He has got 8 years of experience in training, research, and development. Now he is the founder and director of IFANDFOR Endeavours, Chennai. He has published journals in IEEE conferences, Springer, elsewhere, etc. He has got a very good knowledge on the software languages and packages like C, C++, Java, Android, Python, .NET, MScript, TCL, etc. And he has a sound knowledge on the hardwares like Ultra, Xenix FPGA series, 80XX, Arduino, Raspberry Pi, etc. Now he has got a research tools. He has got an experience on the research tools like NS2, Simulink, Model Simulator, LabVIEW Tanner, CloudSyn, etc. His specialized fields are very large-scale integration, digital signal processing, robotics, artificial intelligence, cloud, network security, cryptography, and artificial intelligence. Sir, we are happy to have you as a chief guest or a resource person for our college, sir. And I request, we are all waiting for your wonderful sessions. Kindly proceed with the sessions.
Yes, sure, madam. It's my pleasure to have this conversation with this podium.
Okay, sir.
We'll move on to the presentation. I hope everyone can hear me, participants. If my audio is clear, just comment it. My audio is clear. We'll move on to the session. Is my audio clear? Participants, is my audio clear? I couldn't able to see your chats. Good afternoon all. Is my audio clear? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Pravina. See, we are gathered here to learn about cloud services, right? Before we move on to cloud services, we need to revisit the topic, what is actually cloud? Because there will be a mixed audience in this podium, in this webinar. Some might have already aware about what is cloud, what are the services, or real-time examples like that. But some students, first year, second year students might not have been heard about what is the actual cloud, what is the terminology defines, like that. So I'm going to explain the cloud services from basics. From basics means what is cloud, what are the available services, what is the real-time examples of the services, like that. I prepared this webinar. I hope end of the session most of you might aware about the types of cloud services. Okay. So there are three major services: software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. Okay. Before moving on to learn what is a software service, what is a platform service. First, we need to understand what is a cloud. Okay. From the audience, can anyone able to post your reply? What is a cloud? In simple definition. What you mean by cloud? If anyone knows this answer, a better terminology, you can comment. This is the standard definition available in Wikipedia. But other than that, if you want to give any of the definitions, you can type in the chat box. What is a cloud? Cloud is like a white sponge material floated in the sky. Is it cloud? What is a cloud? Why I'm asking these questions means to gauge the audience how much of you are aware about the previous content, where I need to start like that. I'm just classifying the audience. For this, I'm asking these questions. What is a cloud? Anyone know? Okay. See, cloud is nothing but a server, a computer, which is available online. We are renting that server. That's it. Okay. What is a cloud? What is a cloud system or cloud? Cloud is a network connected system which is available in online. You can easily rent it. Simple definition, right? This is the actual standard definition. Cloud computing is an information technology paradigm that enables ubiquitous access to shared pools of configurable systems. But the simple definition is it is nothing but a rented online system or a server. You know, server is a connection of many computers, right? You know different types of topologies, star topology, ring topologies, like that. Uh, Audience, kindly pardon 1 minute. Wait for 1 minute. Just see the definition. I will again join with you shortly. 1 minute. Okay, move on to the next topic. What I said, cloud is nothing but a rented system, a online server. What is the advantages of having a online system rather than your own system? I think the chat is or delay because usually I will get immediate reply so that we will make the sessions a more interactive one rather than a one-way communication. But okay, what is the advantages of having an online system rather than your own system? Assuming you own a desktop in your home or office, instead of that, what is the advantages of renting an online system? The simple advantages is you need not to bring your laptop or computer to wherever you go. Yes, can access the data from anywhere across the world. Yes, people, it's right. Can access the data anywhere from the world, right? Right? It's simple. You need not to bring your system wherever you go. You go to any state, any country, just log into your system. Your entire system will be available in online, right? So that is the basic idea of cloud: renting a online system or a server. Okay. After that, goal we can achieve. Please read out the points. You need not to buy any hardware components. For a assembled computer, you need to choose what type of RAM you need, how much RAM you need, what is the hard space hard disk you need, right? You need to choose. You need to buy hardware components, software components individually. To install a Windows operating system, you need to purchase it from Microsoft. So you need to purchase everything individually and need to assemble it, right? So what is the cloud computing goal? You need not to have any hardware compute components in your system. You need not to have any softwares installed in your system. You need not to have any storage. You need not to have any hard disk in your system. Everything will be available in online. You just need to have a account ID and a password to access that account, right? Say example, any cloud services you are using. Most of you might have already used Google Drive. Most of you. Through this Corona period, everything became online. Google Classroom, Google Meet, right? So you know about Google Drive also, where you can upload your files, store the files, you can download it anywhere, right? To access the Google Drive, do you need any hardware components? Hardware components means processor, particular type of processor, particular level of i3 processor, i5 processor. That is not at all needed. You just need an internet connection. You just need a RAM. Through internet connection, everything will be rendered in your system. So cloud is nothing but a online server. Okay, simple. I hope you understand. So if you have any doubts, please chat it parallelly. No need to wait for the ending doubt session. If you have any doubts, you can ask me parallelly. No problem. See, for developing a cloud server, there are different types of layers. Since it is a internet cloud server, internet cloud system, you need to know about the networking, right? Assume you are working in an office. In your office, there is a server room. In old offices, there will be a server room to store various types of data in a single server, various user data in a single server like that. And while talking about server, definitely you need to talk about networking. What topologies you are connecting, how much gigabytes your network can support, routers, switches, like that, right? So cloud services also, from scratch to the advanced software level, what is the hierarchy available? That's I have listed in the cloud service layer. The first part is networking. You need to choose the network cables, Ethernet cables, or Wi-Fi fidelities. What type of bandwidth you need? What type of TCP UDP connection? What is the packet loss, ARP or AW or ARP packet loss protocols, right? So first part is networking. You need to choose what type of uh, network requirements you need, how much speed you need to have connect to your server. You understood? After finalizing the networking, the second step is storage. Storage, you already know, it is nothing but hard disk or SSD. Hard disk means magnetic disk, SSD means solid state devices. See, usually we storing the file from uh, system to CD, it will be slower. But if you copy this file from system to USB drive, it will be faster, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? If you're copying a file from CD to system, it will be slower. Likewise, if you're moving one hard disk file to another hard disk file, it will be slower. But while copying to a pen drive, usually it will be much speed compared to CD, floppy, or a hard disk. That means SSD means solid state devices, nothing but it is semiconductor device. Instead of using a magnetic disk hard disk structure, in every hard disk there is a magnetic disk, right? So storage data, the disk should rotate, and to read the data, the disk should again re-rotate. Instead of that, if it is a semiconductor memory like RAM, the storage and retrieval, writing and reading speed will be enormously better. So storage can either have a hard disk or you can have a solid state device. That is, solid state device means high speed diskless hard disk. Instead of disk, you will use semiconductors. Okay. After that, servers. You have networking, you have storage. After that, you will spend time on creating servers. The topology of servers, the software installations, how much client nodes going to be connected to a single server, because there will be many servers or single server. For single server, how much client systems, pooled systems are available, like that. You will configure the server configurations. Then virtualization. Virtualization is nothing but uh, virtualization is an important term. It is nothing but partitioning your memories. Okay, it is nothing but partition of memory. See, in your single hard disk in your home computer, you will partition the hard disk as C drive, D drive, A drive, like that. You will partition it, right? Likewise, if you are having a server, for each client system, you need to partition the memory. That we can say as virtualization. It will be a virtual hard disk. It will be a virtual system. Okay. So virtualization is nothing but partitioning the memory or hard disk. Memory means RAM or hard disk. Available services For each users, he is authorized to access this type of services. He can able to use this type of storage like that. We can partition the memories. Okay. Middleware is nothing but operating system. You already know. To work a actual software, we need operating systems, right? To work a system, you need operating system. Without operating system, you cannot install software, right? Okay. After that, it will be middleware. Middleware is nothing but device driver. Middleware is nothing but device driver. That means after installing operating system, usually we'll install driver softwares, right? Driver software means for your camera, for your scanner, for your printer, like that you will connect some devices. That is called middleware. And runtime is pipelining and load balancing. See, uh, cloud service is a very huge concept. I'm trying it to explain it in a very diluted form. The ultimate aim of explaining this is to understand what are the levels we need to understand to build a cloud service. Okay, that is, I'm going to create a server system. For creating a server system which is available online, I need to know about networking. I need to configure the storage. I need to select this type of service, how much memory each user is going to use, what type of operating system each server is going to use, what are the types of driver softwares available after installing the operating systems. Likewise, till now what I have explained, just a basic cloud architecture procedure, cloud designing procedure. Further, I will explain. We will see this same topics again and again in the coming slides, so that it will be etched in your memory. Don't bother about if you are seeing it in the first system. Kindly wait for some time. Okay. After configuring all the system, after installing the operating system, after installing the softwares, you can move on to developing. You can move on to installing uh, databases, SQL databases, no SQL databases, right? After that, you can build up your applications. If you can able to understand from networking to application, you can able to understand how cloud services is working, how important it is. But what the problem is, usually a single person, as a developer, as a programmer myself, I need not to bother about all these structures from networking to runtime pipelining. Runtime means load balancing. If many traffic comes or if a process is completed, free the memory. If process is going to run, allocate the memory like that. Pipelining, fetch, read, execute, write. The pipelining techniques. All this will be in runtime. So as a developer, I need not to bother about the entire architecture of building a server. I just need to know a programming language. I will type the code and it need to be executed. I need not to bother about all these things, right? What I'm saying is, without cloud, in old days, every office have a server room. The server room person, a network, a technician will be there. That networking person need to configure all these things. Other than this application and data, he will configure from networking to runtime. All these things we need to configure through configuration softwares or some panels available. See, I'm showing you a comparison. I hope you can able to see this slide. This is on-premises cloud service. That is, without online, every office can have a cloud infrastructure in the premises itself. Okay. See, this is we are going to manage. This is automatically managed. Other manages means it will be managed by others. We need not to bother. In on-premises, from networking to applications, everything should be managed by ourselves. Ourselves means the network designer. The network designer will choose how much speed of network it required, how much storage it required. Like that, everything will be manually configured from scratch to this runtime level. Application means programmer will develop the application, network person will not be concerned, but everything is managed from scratch, right? But while moving to infrastructure as a service, IaaS, infrastructure means these four topics at the bottom from networking, storage, server, and virtualization. Till that, it will be fixed. It will fixed means it will be pre-configured. It is already available in the system. You can just buy it and you can configure which operating system I need to use, which softwares I need to use, what are the database I need to use, what are the programming language I'm going to use. This, as a developer, as a programmer, we can configure. Correct. Platform as a service means further it is further managed. What is the difference? This runtime middleware operating system, it all will be already available. You need not to do anything. The operating systems, the pipelining, memory management, everything is already managed. You can directly develop the software. Okay. You can directly develop the data management and applications. Sorry, the database and applications. Whereas software as a service means, SaaS means, after developing, this is the deployment stage. This is the end user stage. Usually software as a service means end user going to deploy it, end user going to use it. Okay. See, up to this level, you might not be, some confusion might be there, but in later stages, I will further explain with some real-time examples. I hope you will be understand. So what is the main services available? Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Infrastructure as a service means, I will show some, say this point, server, storage, networking. This will be handled already. We need not to handle it. We need not to build it everything from scratch. So I'm going to compare the cloud architecture with actually purchasing a system. I'm going to purchase a new computer for myself. So what I will do, I will go to the merchant site. I will buy a CPU, right? Usually the CPU consists of hard disk, external gadgets, processor, i5 or i7, motherboard, RAM, connecting cables, everything is already available. This is called infrastructure, right? I'm buying a bare system having the Ethernet cable, Wi-Fi adapter, hard disk, all those RAM, motherboard, everything is already intact, connected. I need to choose which one will be suitable for me. There will be many CPUs are available, many brands are available. I need to choose which will be much suitable for me. Correct. After that, platform as a service. So what will happen after purchasing the systems? What usually you will do? I'm going to pause now. I'm expecting some reply from the participants. Okay, because everyone said good afternoon. So I want to ask them a question whether they are active, what is happening like that. After purchasing the system, what usually will you are going to purchase a laptop or purchase a desktop? After purchasing the system, what the next step you will do as a user? I'm waiting for the comments. சிஸ்டம் வாங்கி இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறமா என்ன அடுத்த ஸ்டெப் பண்ணுவீங்க? சிம்பிள் கொஸ்டின். உங்ககிட்ட சிஸ்டம் வந்துச்சு, புது லேப்டாப் வாங்கிட்டீங்க, லேப்டாப் ஓபன் பண்றீங்க, நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டெப் வாட் வில் டு? Good afternoon, Rahul. Good afternoon, Rajkumar. Good afternoon, Mahalakshmi madam. Everyone, good afternoon. Can anyone able to answer? Interact with me. After purchasing a system, purchasing a laptop, what is the next step you will do? Any guesses? I'm not looking for answers. I'm looking for guesses. Just an interaction. We will be installing the program and other steps, sir. It's simple answer only. We will be installing the program. First, we will install the operating system. Correct? Correct, Sudhisha. First, we will install operating system. The system, while purchasing itself, operating system will not be installed usually. You need to install Windows 7, Windows 10, or Windows 8, or Linux or Mac, the operating system of your choice. Even though if it come with inbuilt, you can reinstall in operating system, right? So first step, you need an infrastructure, you need a CPU. After that, we'll install the operating system platform. The operating system can be Android, can be Apple, iOS, Linux, Windows, anything. After purchasing the system, you will install operating system, right? What is platform as a service? It includes server, storage, and network. Other than the IaaS, it includes OS and middleware. OS means operating system and other softwares. Correct? Softwares means driver software. For printer, you will install a driver. For webcam, you will install a driver. Likewise, any gadgets connected to the device, you will install a driver called middleware software. Right? After installing operating system, you will install other softwares. What are the other softwares? It can be a Chrome browser. It can be PowerPoint. It can be Excel. It can be Paint. Right? It can be NetBeans editor to write Java code. It can be any other softwares. Much more softwares are available. Correct? So the end point is first we will design the network architecture, the basic layer called infrastructure. What are the processor? What is how much memory I'm going to use? What is the network speed? All those things is called infrastructure as service, IaaS. Platform as a service means operating system will be installed, driver systems will be installed above the infrastructure. After installing the OS and other softwares, other middlewares, you will again install the final software, your requirements. It can be music player, VLC, PowerPoint, Excel, all those things. Right? This will be the usual scenario while building a simple system. This hierarchy is called these three types of services. In cloud server also, if you're going to rent a online system as IaaS, that is infrastructure means you will rent the processor only. You will rent the hard disk only. After that, if you're renting platform as a service, you are going to rent a system with operating system. You are going to rent a server or system with operating system installed already. You can choose the operating system. You can choose either it can be Windows or it can be Linux. But platform as a service means OS included. Software as a service means in online system itself, whatever software you are choosing, it will be installed in the online cloud server itself, cloud system itself. That's why we call it as end user. As you can see, end user point is here. Infrastructure architects. IaaS means usually it will be used by infrastructure architects. Platform as a service means it will be used by software developers because as a programmer, I need a OS to write my C code or C programming, Java code. I need a already OS installed platform. After developing my software, I will deploy it in the cloud. That will become software as a service. So end user can view the software. See, I'm giving you example again. All of you already know how to use Gmail, right? 100% I hope all of you already have a Gmail account. You know how to use a Gmail. Gmail comes under which category? It is IaaS, PaaS or SaaS? I'm asking you a question. Please comment your guesses in the chat box. You are using Gmail. Gmail comes under which category? Software as a service or platform as a service or infrastructure as a service? Under these three, Gmail, we can categorize it as what? SaaS. Simple. Deepak again answering yes. Set up a user account. Okay, yes. SaaS. Gmail, we are using the Gmail, right? We are not configuring the Gmail. We didn't bother about which operating systems Gmail is installed. What is the processor speed of the Gmail software? As an end user, I'm not bothering about all those things. I'm just logging to my Gmail account, sending my, receiving my, I'm using the system, correct? So Gmail is a perfect example for software as a service because Gmail is not installed in your system. It is available online. The software is available online. For that software, definitely it need a server, definitely you need databases, definitely you need operating systems, but all those things have been already configured and handled by network engineers and developers. As an end user, after deploying the Gmail, we are using the Gmail, correct? So software as a service is the ultimate endpoint of cloud service. But to develop the software as a service, we need an infrastructure, we need a platform, then only we can develop the software. Okay. So as a cloud user, I can purchase my infrastructure online, like ordering a Flipkart, ordering a phone in Flipkart. You can open a Amazon web account, AWS account. You can order. I want this much type, this processor. I want this speed. I want this much amount of RAM. All those things you can order. Infrastructure will be ready. After that, you manually want to install the OS. You can install. Or else you want a platform, already installed platform. After purchasing the infrastructure, you will just ask, I need Windows operating system. It will be immediately installed in online system itself. After that, if you want any software like Gmail or Notepad or Google Sheet, any other online softwares, you can install that software too. Or else, as a programmer, you can write your own software and install it. That is called cloud hosting. See, I can use a Gmail, or as a programmer, I can write a software like Gmail. There are two possibilities, correct? So, infrastructure means I need a computer. Platform means I need an operating system. In that, using that operating system, I can create my own softwares, or I can install already available softwares. So, this is the three major types of cloud services: IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. Okay, everybody understood what I've said till now? Till now, you have any doubts? Please ask. Till now, do you have any doubts? Before proceeding further, you can ask. Any doubts? No? Or else you can just type no doubts so that I will proceed. I just want to see how much of you are active. That's all. If you just type no doubts, sir, you can proceed. I will proceed further. I need just a reply. Sudesh, Deepak, no doubts. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Thank you. We'll move on to next point. What are the advantages of using this cloud services? The first point is reduced IT cost. IT means information, that is the infrastructure. As a company, I have some 200 employees, assume like that. If all the employees is having individual logins, everyone is developing something, everyone is entering something. Assume you have a data entry company. Every login person will enter some data. Everything will be stored in a server. So computer server is mandatory. So instead of purchasing all the hardware components and assembling a separate room called server room in a office, instead of that, you are purchasing everything, you are renting everything in online. So reduced investments. You need not to purchase everything, you can just rent it. Comparatively, it will be easy. So reduced infrastructure cost, IT cost. Scalability. If my company having 100 employees today, within a year, if my company has 200 employees, I need not to reinvest my money to purchase new systems, to purchase new networking connections, routers, all those things. I need not to scale I need not to invest anything to scale up or scale down my system. Do you understand? Scalability means adding new servers or removing old servers. That is scalable, variable servers. So if my employee strength is increased, I need not to purchase everything. I just need to give me an option or purchase my online server first. I need not to buy anything and install it or configure it. Everything is already available. You just need to ask to the cloud vendor, I need this much of system available in online. It will be allocated to you. You just need a good internet connection. That is enough. So scalable means either employee numbers are increasing or decreasing. That's not a problem. You can easily scale up or scale down the system requirements. Correct? Business continuity. There is definitely a problem while maintaining a single server server room, because power interruption may be there, data loss due to server crash. It is quite here. Quite here. Still now there is some problem called data loss. Recently, 1 month back itself, Google crashed for few seconds, from 30 to 40 seconds. No one can able to access the Google page like that. While accessing a system, there will be definitely synchronous problem. There will be definitely live lock and deadlock states will happen. So system crashes, data losses can be avoided. The business need not to be what temporarily stopped to resume the power, to resume the data server loss, because you didn't own anything. Everything is online, everything is secured, everything is firewall proofed with authentication. You need not to bother about power failures, you need not to bother about data losses. Actually, Amazon cloud or Azure cloud, there are different types of cloud vendors are there. Google cloud, Amazon cloud, Azure cloud, like that many cloud providers are there. What they are doing means they are constantly taking backup of your data. That is, they have huge servers in different locations around the world. It will not be a single instance. That means if you're using an Indian server, you are storing some data in that Indian specific server. The same data will be backed in a Canadian server or US server. Suppose if that particular Indian server is crashed, data center is crashed, data is lost, that's not a problem, because multiple copies of your data, of your programs will be available all around the world. So if one system loses the data, another system will again back up and restore the original data. So business continuity, data loss, power loss, it will never be a problem while using a cloud service. Instead of purchasing a system, you are renting the system. That's all. Okay. Collaboration efficiency means if we have a team of developers, uh, one person is front-end developer, business logic developer, back-end developer, tester, like that many categories of developers will be there. As a front-end developer, I will write my HTML page or write my Java GUI page. After saving, I need not to copy anything manually to the next level developer. Next level developer means business logic developer or to a back-end developer, because everything is online. Once I updated and saved in my system, that will be reflected to all the other developers. So collaboration is very easy. Likewise, uh, uh, collaboration, I hope you will understand. It is a real-time example what I need to give. See, in this Corona period, everyone stays at home, right? Instead of meeting personally, most of the developers, or not most, 100% of the developers are asked to stay home and work from home, right? So what happened? Since if the company deploys already cloud practices, the data is already available online. So I can work from anywhere. I can upload my work to the server. So other code, other developer will review it, test it, and he will move on further. So collaboration and flexible work practices. Work practices means we need not to meet in person to develop a product. I can be in US, you can be in Canada, you can be in India. Three persons can able to collaborate with a single cloud server. It will be seamless. You just need a very good internet connection. That is mandatory, but that is enough also, right? Access to automatic updates. instead of purchasing a server, instead of buying your own server, purchasing a cloud server, it has a very unique feature of automatic updates. That means each day different types of hacking techniques are introduced, hacking methods have been uh, introduced or developed. So our systems keep on need to be updated for existing vulnerabilities. For that only WhatsApp or any softwares or apps keeps on giving releases, security releases, software releases, all those things. They will keep on releasing new updates, right? So that means what? It will be better than the previous version. Try this like that. Likewise, we are using some 128-bit cryptography now. The maximum multigrade security, 2024-bit cryptography. A usual system will have 128-bit cryptography. Suppose in future, instead of using RSA cryptography or elliptic curve cryptography, some new cryptography systems have been introduced. It is much better than old system. Means, as a developer, I need not to bother about the encryption technologies or securities because whatever update is public, whatever update is standardized, the cloud service provider will install the updates in their servers. So it will be reflected to all the servers. So you need not to manually update to any new trends, new apps, new versions. Everything, every better solution is definitely automatically updated in the cloud service providers. Okay. See, uh, we can simply compare it with a traveling car. Say I want to move from one place to another, from A to B location. Okay. To move from A to B location, whether I need to buy a car and drive a car from A to B, is it okay? Or I can buy a car, I can hire a driver, or I can rent a car, which with already a driver available. Correct or what? What I'm saying is, can you able to relate? If I want to move from point A to point B, I need not to purchase a car. I need not to drive by myself. I need not to bother about the fuel level, engine conditions, all those things. I just simply call my Ola taxi. I hop in and giving the destination to the driver. He safely move me from one place to another place. Likewise, cloud system is nothing but a hired taxi. You need not to buy everything. You need not to invest anything. You just rent it. Buying a car requires some 7 to 8 lakhs. Assume this is the basic model car. But renting a car, if I rent for 10 years also, that will not meet to 7 lakhs to 8 lakhs. So investing instead of buying, cloud system is renting. It is already available, you are renting it. Okay, I hope everyone able to understand what is cloud, what are the services available. Is it okay? Any points you want to add? At the end of the session, definitely we will summarize from what is the starting point to what is the ending point. But up to now, if you have any doubts, please tell me. Okay. At the end of the session, particularly, I will ask from any participants, I will ask, name them, and I will ask some doubts. Okay. Because the point of this webinar is to act as a bridge between the technology and the current standard. So I wanted everyone to be get benefited about this. So please give your full attention. At the end of the session, we will definitely have a summary and doubt session. Okay. So next step, I'm going to open or I'm added a slide about Amazon Web Services in AWS. After login, see this AWS services page will come. There are many types of services available: compute, storage, database, machine learning, AI or augmented reality, virtual reality. For all these things, they have different infrastructures and different operating systems. But simply I'm choosing EC2, that means elastic load. Elastic means it is not pre-configured. As a user, I can pick my operating system, I can pick my processor, I can pick my RAM speed, all those things I can purchase from online. So this AWS is a cloud vendor. After login to the AWS login, I'm just asking you to go to different screen, showing you the different screens of AWS. So I'm choosing EC2, Elastic Cloud 2. After that, AWS is asking, what is your nearest data center? Or I'm having this much data centers, right? Some 12 to 14 data centers. Data centers means it is a huge platform, acres of lands. If in the acres of land, only servers will be available. Different slots of servers will be available. If possible, I will show you a data center actually. Wait a minute. I will show. See, these are all called data centers, right? Acres of land with high-speed fiber optic cables. Everything here is nothing but service. All the full acres, it will be connected with lakhs and lakhs of servers, processor, RAMs, all those things. So this is called data center. Uh, Amazon having some 12 to 14 data centers around the world. Amazon having this much of data center around the world. My nearest data center is Asia Pacific Mumbai because we are residing in India. The nearest data center is Mumbai. If you choose the nearest data center, the data communication will be very high speed. It will be in gigabytes rather than Mbps. It will be in gigabytes. So I'm choosing Asia Pacific Mumbai. Okay. After choosing the data center, what is it asking you to choose? Machine image. That is, what type of operating system you need. Whether it is a 32-bit operating system or a 64-bit operating system, what type of operating system you need. Debian, Fedora, Red Hat, Windows, Ubuntu, right? In giving you choice, what is your favorite operating system? If I just click Windows and go to next, the Windows system will be readily available for you, which is already installed. You need not to configure anything. You just need to choose what is your wish. Okay. After that, can you able to see the screen? After that, it will ask you to purchase or select how much CPUs you want. Still now we are using i7, i8, i5, i3, right? Instead of that, maximum cores available for single instance is 128. That is 128 processors, you can rent it. If you want to buy a system with 128 processors, how much lakhs it will be cost, right? Instead of buying that, you can rent it online with 128 CPUs in a single server system. How much memory you need? We know about 8 GB RAM, 16 GB RAM, but here we have different varieties from 488 GB RAMs to 3904 GB RAM. For your cloud server, what is the processor core you need? Whether you need 128 processor or you need 32 processor or you need 400 GBs of RAM or 3900 GBs of RAM, you can choose. Okay, and you are choosing the other infrastructure storage. How much? As I said, this is SSD, right? Solid state devices. SSDs will be 10 times more speed than regular hard disk. Okay, so 1920 GBs of, we know 100 GB system, 1 TB system, 2 TB system. This is 1920 GBs of two slot SSDs. You can add further SSDs also. And how much network speed you require? Usually our system network speed is 100 Mbps, right? You can open your network sharing center and check. It will be 100 Mbps. But Amazon can able to provide a network speed of 25 gigabytes. So how much network bandwidth you require? This is IaaS, infrastructure as a service. Without manually purchasing anything, manually owning anything, I'm owning a online system with 128G processor cores, 3000 GBs of RAM, 1090 GBs of SSDs, 25 gigabytes of network bandwidth. All these things is available as a cloud service. I'm purchasing it. This is infrastructure as a service, IaaS. After that, if you install the operating system, this is called a platform as a service. because you are choosing, after choosing the uh, processor configurations, I'm choosing what is the operating system I need. That is platform as a service. Okay. After choosing platform and infrastructure, I can launch the instance here. Launch means a virtual computer, a virtual operating system is installed and ready for my working. This is the launched instance, which has 128 cores of processor, cores processor, some 1920 gigabytes of hard disk, 25 gigabits of internet speed. All those things is installed in the cloud server, and the cloud servers I'm viewing it as in my system. Now if I click the start and the start search for Google or click the Internet Explorer, search for it, download Chrome, everything will be working. So a virtual computer is available for me online. I can log into it, I can add softwares, I can develop programs, anything I can. See, I'm showing the task manager, opening the task manager. Usually if you open the task manager, it will be showing like this, right? What is the CPU usage, what is the memory usage, like that. Now it is showing 128 processor cores. The total is each, this 0% is here processor core. So 128 processor available. Based upon your programming, threading, parallel processing, many processors will be parallelly occupied. Right? After that, my internet speed I'm checking 1588 Mbps for downloading, 2368 Mbps for uploading. Usually in your local system, you cannot access more than 100 Mbps. But as your system is available in Amazon, you can check your internet speed in Amazon, not your own system. It is a cloud system. It will move on to much more speeds. Okay. I hope everyone understand what is a cloud, what are the application levels of cloud from networking, what are the types of services, IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS, right? We are nearing the end. See, as I said, one point here, the advantage is scalability. For this, I'm showing you presentation, so you can easily understand what is scalable. If you are in Anna University or Madras University, while viewing your results, on the particular day, the site will be very slow, right? Correct or not? If you belongs to a university, on the result announcing day, result display announced today, the website will be very slow. It will take much more time to respond. Correct? Everyone already experienced that fact. Why it is happening? They have hosted it in a shared hosting or a single server fixed hosting instead of cloud hosting. So what will happen if many persons, many traffic users have been occurred for a single server, the server will be overloaded. So if it can able to occupy 100 users means if 101 users came, he need to wait in queue. From the 1 to 100 users, if someone log out or someone after viewing the result close their window, then the 101 person will be went into the system. Likewise, if you have a limited server capability, you cannot accommodate n number of users. Your traffic will be limited. You cannot use infinite number of traffic. To show that in a presentation, I'm just giving the animation screen. Just see, it's called load balancing. See what is happening. Initially, only one cloud server is available. Okay, the number of users popping up. If the number of users increases above than the individual cloud server capability, the another cloud server is dedicated to the traffic. If it is further increased, then the capability of second server, another cloud server is dedicated to the oncoming traffic. This is called scalability, right? Instead of purchasing 3 servers, ready server available, you just rent one server. If many traffic comes, it will move on to second server and third server, and it will give you a data analysis. For this month period you have used this much capacity of server capacity. This like using a electricity. If you use your electricity, your bill will be more. If you use less electricity, your bill will be less. Like that. Initially, it will be a single server. When multiple users come, you can choose to elastic mode. Elastic mode means it will automatically deploy new traffic to new servers. So no one feel the waiting time. Everyone will be happy. If after the result, after they see the results, if everyone going to log out, again the server will be depleted to a single server. Okay, this I'm mentioning it as scalability. You rent one system. If you more number of appliance system, if a single system can't able to handle that much traffic, Amazon Cloud, Azure Cloud will uh, dedicate idle clouds to it, like this. Okay, you understand what is the scalability in cloud, load balancing, how cloud systems are superior. We are nearing this end of the session, and I'm asking you, urging you to ask many doubts regarding this. Please chat in the comment box. Everyone understood what is the three types of services: IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. Everyone able to understand this three type? What is infrastructure? What is platform? What is software? Correct or not? Yes, very good. Gautam Prakash, thank you for your reply. Everyone understood what is this? What is the three types of services? Infrastructure means the bare hardware. Platform means a hardware installed with operating system and necessary driver software. Software as a service means as a developer, I can develop my own software or I can install the software like Google Sheet or MS Office, PowerPoint, all those things in a cloud, right? Cloud service is a very huge topic. I have just barely touched the surface. There is many deep down approaches are there, but I hope everyone will be understood until now. Thank you all for your response. Or else I'm getting a slower response, I don't know, but I hope so. Madam, we are nearing the end of the session.
Yes, sir. Yes,
If
sir.
you want
Thank you
to
very
give,
much, sir. Your session
yes,
was wonderful, sir. Like I have a doubt, some small doubt, whether it's a meaningful doubt or I do not. Like when
no
we are
problem.
deploying the cloud, okay, what is the minimum requirement of hardware I should have? So supposing you said 128 processors we are hiring, okay, but how the processing will be done and in which particular server it will be done? We won't be able to see all those things.
Definitely, at the initial level, we may not gauge how much processor level, how much memory I require. But as a business logic, as I said, I can choose elastic cloud. That means I am employing a single processor, single server. If load has been increased, increase the processor level, increase the bandwidth level. Like that, I can choose the option called elastic server. Instead of me choosing the processor level and bandwidth and hard disk, based upon the loading, based upon the requirement, the cloud vendor will automatically manage it. So it will be elastic, pay as you go. That is the trend. If you are using multiple if your customers are uploading many data, like Ola Taxi, if many customers are using Ola Taxi, your cloud will be automatically increased. While deploying the system itself, Ola developer will not know how much processor or hard disk I require, but they will usually choose elastic cloud option. So whenever the customer bus is increased, the server will be automatically scaled to accept the needs, and they will send a different bill each and every month. What I've shown is a fixed system, but actually in real time it will be mostly elastic cloud only. We need not to fix it. Based upon the requirement, it will be scalable.
I can order for a maximum processor, but I can use a minimum one also. That
That
doesn't
you
matter.
can choose, or you can simply choose elastic. That means you need
Oh,
not to give any minimum or maximum level. When two
okay.
users are using, it will use minimum level. When five users coming, it will go to intermediate level. When 100 users coming, it will automatically move on to maximum level. The
Oh,
cloud vendor will decide how much processor
How
required
much
for this
processing?
much of traffic.
Okay, sir. Students, any doubts? If you're having any doubts, post it in the chat box. Please do post it in the chat box. Any doubts? Or can I assume no doubts? Thank you very much, sir. So it
Thank
was
you.
a wonderful session. Now I would like to call upon Mr. Samuel, sir, for giving the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. On behalf of our department and on behalf of our college, we would like to thank our sir, Kalidas sir. You have given us a vast area of knowledge on this topic, and it was very useful to us. And students would have been benefited about this. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And we will,
Thank you.
in this occasion, I would like to thank our management, principal, and all the faculties who have been supporting this. Thank you. Thank you, Anand.
Thank you so much. Thank you, participants. Thank you all. We'll meet again soon. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Students, I have posted a feedback link. Please fill up the feedback link so that you will get an e-certificate. If you are not filling up, you won't get an e-certificate. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.